Good morning and welcome back to Prime of Midlife. It's like 6:30 on Thursday morning, but what can I say? This has to be done. There's some stupid report going about that says that millennials, which are those born between 80 and 94, are going to be the richest generation ever. Really? How fabulous for them. I'm sure Kathleen will be happy to hear that because she's round about there somewhere. And it turns out that basically the reason they will be the richest generation ever is because when, like, my parents die and I die, then Kathleen will get everything. So she'll inherit houses and she'll inherit money and whatever I've got or whatever mum and dad have. And you're like, are you having a laugh? What sort of life is that? How can you say that that's a good thing? They're going to be the richest generation ever. No, they're not. Because for a generation, they're going to be the poorest. In fact, for probably 2 generations, they're going to be the poorest. And also, as anyone who's been on the channel for a while knows, if parents have to go into care, the property has to be sold if that's the only asset they have left, which at almost £2,000 a week for care in a care home, pretty much everyone's going to have to sell the property. So your very, very rich generation, it will take a matter of months before the money's wiped out and they've got nothing left. I mean, how this is supposed to be a good thing, I do not know. You know, it's like, oh, but you're going to be the richest generation. Oh, I'm sorry, but for the past 20 years, past 30 years, I've not been able to afford my own home. I've not been able to afford holidays. I've not been able to afford higher education, etc., etc. You know, and they're saying that there's so many people who, you know, can't afford, and it's not so much your own home as in get a mortgage. They can't even afford to rent somewhere that is all their own. They're in house shares. You know, they've got a room and they share the bathroom and kitchen. And for many, they're lucky if they can get that. But yet they should all be excited because they're going to be the richest generation when they're in their 60s, if their parents survive that long and if they haven't had to sell the home for care home fees. You know, I mean, this is ridiculous. Utter stupidity. You know, and I mean, at the moment, it's like, well, when I was younger, I mean, I'm sort of like in the middle. But for my parents, I mean, we didn't have to pay for a dentist's appointment. You know, and no, officially, you don't have to pay for a dentist appointment here. You could get it on the NHS. But if you've got toothache, you don't have the 3 years to wait for a dental appointment, if you can find one in your area, because there's not many areas now where there is an NHS dentist. You know, I didn't have to pay to go to college. I got what was called a student grant, and that covered my accommodation and basic living costs. You don't get that now. You get a student loan, which as soon as you make however much money, you start paying back. So this is not something to be excited about. This is disgraceful. That basically someone's put a report out saying you're going to be the richest generation ever once your parents die, if they've got a house or if they've got savings. You know, you just need to wait on your parents dying. What is that about? Whatever happened to a decent quality of life? Anyway, I'm going to go make more tea and get myself ready for work. I'll catch you later.